Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Buzzkillerist back here with another NBA 2K16 video. And in this video I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on how to be a better player in NBA 2K16 on the Xbox 360 and PS3. These tips and advice that I'm going to be giving you guys can work on the Xbox One and PS4 as well, because it's basketball, it's typical basketball advice, but the controls are going to be different. Now, with that being said, let's jump right into this video. And the first advice I could give to you guys is teamwork. Teamwork is a big factor in winning basketball games. It makes the game much easier for you, whether it's crew, blacktop, my career, or just an exhibition or season 5v5. Teamwork makes the game much easier to win. So you guys want to try to find an open man whenever possible. Work hard to find open shots and give up a good shot for a better shot. This will definitely help you in winning games easier. Alright, so the second tip I'm going to be giving you guys is using the icon pass. I rarely pass the ball without using the icon pass, because a lot of times 2K will hit you with the pass cheese. Let's say you got a wide open man on the right wing, 2K will pass it to the guy over on the left wing, being heavily guarded. So using the icon pass can make getting buckets much easier. Using the icon pass is pretty easy. All you have to do is hit the right bumper on the Xbox 360 controller, also known as R1 on the PS3. I recommend hitting the icon pass button as you bring the ball up the court with the point guard, as you see me do a lot in many of my gameplays. Now, doing this will allow you to hit an open player in a second if you see him open or in a good position for an easy shot. Alright, tip number 3 is saving your energy. Try not to use your energy too much unless it's necessary. Now, constantly using the turbo button will cause you to miss many shots in the later portions of the game, and you definitely need to count on everybody on your team, so try not to use your energy too much. Alright, now on to tip number 4. I know I just told you guys to save your energy, but that does not mean not to use it. Do not hesitate to use the turbo button, also known as the right trigger on the Xbox 360 or R2 on the PS3, when you're on a fast break or see an open lane. That turbo button can give you some easy buckets, so do not ever hesitate to use it when you're in the right position to do so. Tip number 5, have a go-to play. Learning to run plays can make you a much better player. I recommend having at least 2 to 3 go-to plays. My personal favorites are isolation, post-up, cut to basket, freelance offense, and sometimes just running the 2K smart play. The 2K smart play is a play that will automatically choose the best play that is suited for the position that you are currently in. All you have to do in order to run a play is just hit right on the D-pad, and all the plays will appear in a mini menu, and you can select any plays that you want to select. If you do want to cancel the mini menu, just press B or circle on the PS3 and you'll simply back out of the mini menu. Alright, now tip number 6 is having a go-to defensive play. Just like I mentioned in the offensive section, running plays are helpful, but not just on offense, on defense as well. My favorite defensive plays are man-to-man and lock down the paint. And what I like to do is run the man-to-man defense in the early portions of the game to try to figure out my opponent. If he likes to shoot threes, I run the pressure shooter defensive play. If he likes to drive to the basket, I run the lock down the paint defensive play. Now if he likes to mix it up, I play constant pressure defensive play. Now, if he likes to score it, one player that a lot of people I face like to do, the play that I like to run is the focus on star defensive play. That defensive play will put all the defensive pressure on the superstar that this person is trying to score it. Like for example, if I play the Wizards, a lot of people just like to try to score with Steph Curry only. So I run that defensive play, the focus on star defensive play, that puts all the defensive pressure and gives Steph Curry a hard time for him to score. And a lot of people like to do that. This play works really good in exhibition games or when you're just using the real team. It doesn't really work too good in my team because most players in my team are superstars. You know, nobody's gonna come out here with scrubs unless they don't have superstars. So this tip is really for like when you're using the original team. Alright, tip number 7 is calling timeouts. Timeouts can be useful in so many ways, and timeouts are sometimes game changers. Believe me when I say this. Alright, now timeouts should be used when your opponents are just going crazy and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Sometimes the game just goes your opponent's way and there's just nothing you can do about it, and he's getting on a run. That is the perfect time to call a timeout before the game gets out of hand. As soon as you see your opponent getting on a crazy run, do not hesitate. Call the timeout and do not let that get out of hand, because that could be a game changer right there. Now, the next scenario that you should call a timeout is when a lot of your players are tired and they need a substitution. Do not try to play your players through these moments, because later on, when you need them in the fourth quarter, they're going to be absolutely useless. Do not try to grind them through when they are tired. Give them a break, sub them out, call a timeout and sub them out, because they're going to be absolutely useless later on in the game. Alright, now on to tip number 8. And that is making substitutions. I just mentioned that back in the timeout tip part, but we're over in substitution. We're going to talk about substitutions now. Now, many players overlook substitutions. Listen to me. Substitution can really make you lose a game. Now, listen. I have been in many situations where my opponents were giving me a great game in the first quarter, second quarter, until the third and fourth quarter. I absolutely just blow them out. And the reason for that is because they do not make subs. So now the players come over to the fourth and third quarter and they're absolutely useless. They can't do nothing because they never got a break in the game, and the fatigue is just kicking in and there's absolutely nothing they can do about it. Alright, so my advice to you is just making substitutions and do not try to grind your players when they're tired. So now here's an example of what I like to. Here's a substitution tactic that I like to use. Now let's say, for example, I'm using the Cleveland Cavaliers. I would sub out Kevin Love 3/4 way in the first quarter. Alright, 3/4 way in the first quarter, and then sub out Kyrie halfway in the first. Then at the beginning of the second quarter, sub back in Love to play with LeBron. By the halfway through the second quarter, I'm subbing out LeBron James and bringing back in Kyrie Irving to play along with Kevin Love. Alright, let them play till the third quarter. Now at the start of the third quarter, I bring everybody back in. I bring back in LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving. Then halfway through the third quarter, I'll sub out Kevin Love and LeBron James and let Kyrie alone play and carry the team. Now at the start of the fourth quarter, I bring back in LeBron James and Kevin Love and take out Kyrie Irving to have a break in the fourth quarter. That's the beginning of the fourth quarter. Now about halfway through the fourth quarter, I bring back in Kyrie and finish a game with LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. But of course, fouls and the way the game is playing out might cause you to have slight adjustments to your substitution method. But that is the way I like to sub my players. I like to have a little tactic behind it. I want to have like a superstar in at all times. Like that's all I play. I don't want to just like play all my superstars at one time and then they're all on the bench together. No, I try to keep at least one superstar in at all times. So that's like that's kind of how I sub my guys. The way I just mentioned, that's how I sub my guys. I don't always sub it exactly like how I just mentioned it, but this is the idea. You guys get the idea of what I'm trying to say. Always try to have a superstar in at all times to carry the team and not try to grind all your superstars out at once and then they have to be on the bench together. Alright, so tip number 9. This is a pretty basic one and it's just learning your player's jump shot. Now, if you play a lot of my team, what you want to do is just play a lot with the same team. Try not to change it up too much. Like get a team that you know you're good with, and just try to learn their jump shots, because learning a player's jump shot can be so helpful. When I just started playing my team, I didn't know a lot of players' jump shots, so it was affecting me a bit. Now I know a lot of my players' jump shot because I don't switch my team too much, and I'm much better with it. So that's just a basic tip. I mean, try to learn your players' jump shot. If you have a favorite team, if your favorite team is the Golden State Warriors or the Cleveland Cavaliers, because I know those are the two hottest teams right now, or maybe the Miami Heat or probably the Lakers, or yeah, maybe the Lakers. Try to learn the players' jump shot. It will help you out a lot. Try to learn Kobe shot if you're a Lakers fan. Just try to learn your favorite player's shot, and that will help you out a ton. Alright guys, so tip number 10 and the final tip I can give you guys is try not to play when you're angry. I used to do this a lot when I was younger. I used to play a lot of games when I was angry, and I used to just play absolutely terrible. That really hampers the game. So guys, if you're angry, just try to go get something to eat, clear your mind, just relax, and then try to get back on later. Do not try to play if you're angry. It's really gonna let you play terrible. I used to do it a lot when I used to play back on Call of Duty. I still play Call of Duty. But when I used to play, I used to get angry sometimes, rage, and then I play absolutely terrible, go really negative and just play terrible, guys. So that is something you should keep in mind. If you're angry, just go get something to eat, relax, try to clear your mind, and try not to play angry, guys. Alright guys, so this is the end of the video. If this video helped you out, don't forget to drop a like on this video, comment, subscribe if you're new, share this with your friends if they play 2K, share this with your brother, your sister, your cousin, your uncle if they do play 2K. Try to help them out with this video, share it to them. But that's it for me, guys. This is the end of the video. I'm out, and I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.